EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
On the double.
55. Coming this way, Here we go.
X3, 218, chop, deep grip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Delta.
49 the mic. Watch 49. You remember me. Let's go, baby. 49.
Tannehill. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Eifert, 72 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, look out. Try for you. Hey, watch the sled.
Luck on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Mike 5'9". Come on. 11.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money That comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Balaj. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. On 2nd and goal. Luck under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. Now Luck. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This one. Be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
He's got 61, matchbox lights. Snap.
Here's Tannehill. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Kill.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Let go.
2nd and 10, Tannehill once more. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready, ready. 30 base.
Watch the clock, motion.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They go play action here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Christian Wilkins just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 yards on the pickup, but even after that, they're left with a 3rd and very long. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
6-6, pull it high.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Yes, yes.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And able to find Green. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill eluding the pressure right. Room here to run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Set, ready? 60 or. Topper! Big river!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Oh, here we go.
They'll run here with Balaj. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Hey, Haywood!
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Check it back, check it back.
They'll try and run with Balaj. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Ready, set.
Mine's 49. I got one.
Go. Greystone, travel.
Watch 49.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
80 weapons.
Watch the shit.
Go. Bravo. Five.
Just beating the play clock now. It's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
If they got you the football, gave you a great opportunity, you got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch a slap.
Here's Lott. Over the middle, complete. That's Cox. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Love. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. They run it with Balaj. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Dolphins. 59 yards for him on the ground. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On the ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Right back to him on first down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Darquez Denard there to make the tackle on 2nd down now. It's Lee, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. Another try after the first down sack. Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
He's crazy. He's checking crazy.
From the gun, here's Luck. And an alley to run. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a fourth down after the scramble. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. They're going to go for it here on fourth. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there.
12. Mike 59. Mike 59. I'm trying to collect.
Hey, exit.
Mike 59. Quit talking about it.
Here we go on fourth. Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Geno Atkins, and the Bengals will get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here first and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Hey, Echo.
24 is the mic. Back to pass. 24 is the mic. Set the tone, defense.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, 4 down. Sponge.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. And the last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
6-6. Pull it high.
Tight is right. 40.
Hey, high 7.
24 is the mic. I'm coming after you.
Speed grip.
Now Tannehill. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. From the 16, Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Miami. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On first down, Luck. And that'll be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
They're not ready. 12. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Throwing his line. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jordan Evans. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Third and long, it's Luck. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
On the set.
50, Mike 50. Mike 50. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, watch this. Watch this.
80 weapon. 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Here we go. 18 Gator.
It's just me and you. He's checking. He's checking.
Blue draw Porker. Hey, wahoo!
Out. Watch twins. Watch twins. Back.
Now.
On third down, Mixon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, defense.
Hey, Alpha. Pilot, 64, weak. Let go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Hey, I'm coming.
To throw is Tannehill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Five.
24 is the mark. Here we go.
Get it.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check out. 622.
Yeah, let's get set lunch.
Watch it.
Now a first down throw. Luck. Wilson's got it complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the gun. Luck. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Alert 3.
Protein spill.
36.
Shoot.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll have a first down past the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
60 or. X3. 218. Chopper.
3 down. 24 is the mic.
Mixon with a first down carry. And an alley to run. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 49 yards. yards. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Luck now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now Luck. And his throw is going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. They're going to go. It's Luck. Flush to his right, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? 10 logo.
Line 49. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now.
Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that? 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Ready?
Now they try the right side here. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellows up front in order to bring this one home.
They juked him. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Tannehill. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Gone for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
Bullock's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, Whitford on fourth turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Milage. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Locke. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now it's Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right, and Locke will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
50, plant.
36-yard line.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's tight right there, he's tight right there. We got 4.
Hey. They go.
Again, it's Mixon. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Charlie. Hit it.
Tannehill now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here we go on 4th down. They find some open field here. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
50, Mike, 50. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
The Dolphins take over.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Luck.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Got it.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now a handoff looking right. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line.